Okay, recording. Okay, anyway, so Keisha Fitzgerald, she was one of the speakers at NLC. Like I said, I'd never heard of her before. And I think it is so cool, all of the different types of coaches that I met there. So Keisha, she is a 9-star diamond. She was working for Google, making well over 6 figures, like in her dream job. Um, and so she started coaching just as like a hobby thing. And she started on her own fitness journey and started to kind of dabble in it and then really fell in love with it. And now coaching is what she does full time. And one thing that's cool is that, so many people are like, well, if I just had more followers, more people would join me. But she doesn't even have 10,000 followers, which is like, the big number to hit is 10,000 followers or whatever. So I thought that was super cool. And then I sat at a table with a woman who's like in her 40s. She works for a government doing, I don't know exactly what, but she leaves the house at 6 a.m. and does not get home until 6 p.m. And she is not even allowed to have her phone on her person at work. So she cannot work her business from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. And she still made it there and is making pretty good money coaching. There are also people, another thing that so many coaches or people who are not even coaching, I've had people reaching out to me recently asking like my mentoring strategy. And we're like, oh, I've been following other coaches and they said that they do this, this, and this. And I just want to sign up with the best person, which is fine. But I was sitting at a table with another girl who's Lindsay Matway is she is Lindsay Matway's personally sponsored coach. And she said that Lindsay literally tells all of her coaches to look on YouTube. You can find it all on YouTube. So, so many people think like, oh, if I was only sponsored by this coach, I would have all the answers. And she said that she didn't even get like a Zoom one-on-one getting started right call. Lindsay was out for a walk and gave her like a 5-minute phone call. So it doesn't matter like obviously we're all on the same team, but we have so many resources available to us. There are so many people who are so freaking busy that can't work from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. and make it work and made that happen, who don't have a ton of followers. And it was just so cool to see all the different kinds of people, different age ranges from all over the world and like all these other things. And so one thing that Keisha talked about was the power in part-time coaching. And as soon as she started talking about it, I was like mind blown. I was like, duh. So I'm super excited to kind of pass on. I could not find the recording on YouTube. Otherwise I would share that with you because she's like just such a firecracker. She was so much fun to listen to. And so I'm going to do my best to share everything from NLC as a whole. But the main thing I'm going to talk about tonight is part-time coaching because I think it benefits everyone. So before that though, I'm going to share my screen. Okay. And I'm just going to leave it like this because sometimes when I make it big, it gets kind of wonky. And first, I want to welcome some new coaches from this past week. So look at all these coaches in the past week. How exciting. So Gina, don't want to botch her last name, Bailey Andrews, Courtney Judas, Kylie Abel, Molly Fensky, and Laura Zoller. How cool is that, you guys? How exciting. So welcome to those new coaches. A little bit of recognition. I can't spell. Recognition. So on the board, whoopsies. Look at all these names up here. So Caitlin, Rachel, Kimberly, all are at SE2, Cassie, Kelsey, Jordan at SE4. You guys are so close and we're not even halfway through, well, right around halfway through the month getting there. So awesome job, you guys. Keep it going. I got SE8 locked in, so I'm not where I want to be, but so we're all kind of pushing together. Super, super exciting. And then some announcements. A lot of like programs coming up and things that you guys should start thinking about and putting a marketing plan together. When are you going to start talking about these things? Where are you going to start talking about these things? Are you going to run a Facebook group to share this information and all of that? stuff. So first, Fruit Punch Energize launches in 1 week. So 1 week, Fruit Punch Energize comes out. So for this one, I would be talking to your current customers, talking about it in your Instagram stories, not necessarily making a post about it, unless you talk about it in your posts often, then sure, but definitely talking about it to your current customers. And again, that launches in 1 week. So I'm going to be getting some. I tried it at NLC and it's super good. It's a little sweeter, but it's got like a trap. It's like a trap. You guys know fruit punch, but I think to me it was more kind of pineapple-y. So I really, really liked it. Next up, Ultimate Portion Fix. So this is a new nutritional program that's launching. And so many of you are familiar with the containers and how Autumn, brought them in to kind of portion out our foods and all of this stuff. I don't know all the ins and outs about it, but if you log into your Coach office and scroll down, you can click on, the Ultimate Portion Fix, and there's more details in our Coach office. This launches on March 4th for us coaches, and then March 18th for customers. So when are you going to start talking about it if you haven't already? I'm going to be creating a Facebook group where I'm just going to take information from the Coach office and put it into that group, and I'm going to be talking about it in the next couple of weeks all over my social media. And then, wow, I really can't spell, sorry. And then we got to talk with Autumn about it, and you can sign up. You have this option for 2B Mindset as well, but you can sign up for the certification, and that training is going to be from March 11th to April 7th. And the reason I'm doing it is because by signing up to get certified, then it'll be so much easier to talk to your customers and talk them through why things are the way that they are. And with the Ultimate Portion Fix, it's for the whole family. So maybe you don't have a family or whatever, but you can talk to families, and there are recipes in there. There's going to be a recipe book with like over 100 recipes in there. She's going to take us through the science of like why this is laid out the way that it is. So you're really going to have so much more knowledge on it. And in my opinion, knowledge is power. You can answer questions better. You can battle objections better. This is why this is, because, here's the science to back it up. And so I'm getting the certification for it. You do have to pay for that, but you get to work with Autumn one-on-one in a private group. And again, it's just going to help your business overall. So I would really encourage you to consider that. And then 21-day fix. So for a lot of us, I know me, 21-day fix was my very first program that I ever did. And some of you too, but for me, when I signed up, I only got the one program on DVD. And then anytime I wanted to try another program, I had to purchase that program on DVD. So it's really exciting that we have Beachbody On Demand where we get everything. But with 21-day fix, there's the workouts, the Monday through Sunday, 30-minute workouts. And this program is kind of what pushed Beachbody into broadened it up more. And they're recreating 21-day fix. I know a lot of you have heard this already. And so I was thinking well, I've already done 21-day fix. I don't care if they're just, reshooting it just so that it's in real time. That doesn't matter to me. But what I learned is they're actually recreating it. So it's not going to be the exact same program. It's actually going to be very different. And if you want to do the 21-day fix when they stream it in real time, you have to be signed up for the Ultimate Portion Fix, which we have to purchase it. And just like 2B Mindset, when you log into Beachbody On Demand, there's a separate nutrition tab where if you have 2B Mindset, you can access it through there. So it's in the website, but it's like its own little thing. That's going to be the same thing for the Ultimate Portion Fix. There's going to be another page or whatever specifically for the Ultimate Portion Fix. And 21-day fix, the reshoot of it, those are going to they're going to pop up under the Ultimate Portion Fix. So if you are signed up for the Ultimate Portion Fix, you automatically get into the reshoot of 21-day fix. And I was told that I'm not supposed to share this, but I'm going to anyways. So the way that it's different is, so we did like cardio fix or something like that. And each week it's going to get a little bit harder. So right now, the way the workouts are laid out is you do each exercise for a minute and then you move on to the next exercise, right? And so for this one, for example, we did, so like high knees was like the exercise. So we did high knees for 30 seconds, just regular. And then for the next 30 seconds, we did high knees, but with a twist. So it's like the same move, but it's a little bit harder. And then each week it's going to be just a little bit different, just a little bit harder. So that way, if you've done 21 Day Fix Extreme, you know that like 21 Day Fix is here and 21 Day Fix just shoots way up to here. So it's going to better bridge that gap of the difficultness between the programs. And then it's going to, you know, it's not going to be the same 7 workouts for, you know, 3 weeks in a row. So it's going to be different. You have to be signed up for the Ultimate Portion Fix. And then like April 4th or something like that is when, beginning of April is when they're going to shoot the 21 Day Fix. And then I have this, I'll share this graphic in our team page, but just so you can kind of see it laid out. We're still within the VIP early access for Transform 20. So all the way, you know, up through March. It doesn't launch onto the site for everyone until April. So we can keep talking about that. Next month is when the Ultimate Portion Fix launches, and then April, the 21 Day Fix reshoot, and they're also going to be doing it for 21 Day Fix Extreme. And then come summer, Morning Meltdown 100. So we have a lot of stuff through the rest of the year. There's a new program coming out that we don't know about yet. We'll probably learn about it at Summit. But lots of stuff going on, always something to talk about and promote and all of that stuff. So super, super exciting. Okay, so I'm going to jump in, and this is not really going to be a long call because it's kind of really straightforward, but we're talking about the power in part-time coaching. And, you know, when we talk so much, like if you're not a full-time coach about, you know, becoming a full-time coach and like busting your ass and everything, that tends to kind of overwhelm people and thinking like, you're like literally working your life away trying, you know, working this business to make it a full-time thing. When in reality, if you're working a full-time job, then you really are just coaching part-time. So what she talked about was lowering the barrier of the entry or the expectations of people who are joining you. So talking about like, she shared an example of one of her coaches who was sitting in her office and did a little boomerang of, you know, it was just kind of this fun, funny thing of like checking in with my people during my lunch break and like sharing how they're fitting it into their day and not really overwhelming themselves and just talking about this part-time side hustle that I have. And I know sometimes you guys do talk about it, but really emphasizing this part-time coaching job that I have. And then using it as like, it's all about falling in love with the process and really putting out there in your Instagram stories and everything of like how much fun you can really have doing it. Because in my opinion, the prize really is the process of it. It's not like I'm just busting my ass towards this end goal. Because why not make it fun? It should be fun. It should be something we love to do. Like why bust your ass to quit your full-time job and then all of a sudden like hate coaching? Like you should make it fun. So fall in love with the process. Make it fun some way, somehow, and just talk more about how you're fitting it in throughout your day. Show people like, once again, being repetitive, but how and when you work. Are you up early in the morning? Are you listening to personal development? Are you checking in with people? Are you doing something during your lunch break? Are you, you're listening to PD in your car on your way to work or on your walk on your way to school? When are you fitting these things in? Showcase it more. So, Bonnie Engel talked about using her, I think it was Bonnie Engel, using her stories as like a life or a forever long like sneak peek into coaching. Like her stories is a sneak peek into coaching kind of thing. So you can kind of think about it as that too. And then highlighting the lifestyle or changes of other part-time coaches. So if you see another coach doing something, feel free to share that to your store and be like, my success partner or my girl killing it on her lunch break. It's okay to share other coaches' stuff and support each other, right? Because we talk all the time about this being such a supportive community. So we should support each other and showcase other people because maybe, not everyone can connect with your 8 to 4 or 9 to 5 job, but they're following you and you showcase someone else and they're like, oh, I can connect to that. So it's not just this lifestyle. There's so many other people doing it, doing other things. Create a sit down on Sundays and create a game plan. So you're not just kind of flying by the seat of your pants throughout the week. If you sit down on Sunday and plan out your week of like, okay, I have class these days, my work shift is these days, or I know that I work from here to here, but my lunch break is here, and I can do these activities during my lunch break. I can do these activities when I get home. I can do these activities before I go to work, and really plan out what are you going to do during these pockets of your day, so you have something to go off of. And one thing that she said, and I actually just did this right before the call to just kind of, I always like to try things before I share them with you if I can, is challenging yourself and making a game out of it and doing the 11 and 22 challenge. So set a timer for 22 minutes and try to pound out as many as you can, but try to really push towards 11 invites. So the 11 and 22 challenge, that way you have a time limit. It's kind of a fun little game, and then you have 11 invites for the day. I always tell, when I work one-on-one with you guys, that really, really push to do a minimum of 10 invites a day. Beachbody says 3 to 5, but in my opinion, that's not going to get you to where you want to be. So 10 plus invites a day, and by doing the 11 and 22 challenge, you're doing it in a short period of time, and you're challenging yourself, and you can create this fun little game out of it. So, and then I shared that, so that's kind of what I have about the power in part-time coaching, and just putting that out there more, that it's a part-time thing that you're doing, and you have a community off of it, you're building a business off it, you're getting fit with this part-time job that you have, sharing all these things. Anyways, so I shared that video from Ashley Molstad in our team page, and I don't know if any of you watched it, but one thing that she said that I have a sticky note, and I just cannot get it out of my head, is if you're not successful, it's your fault. And I cannot stop thinking about this, because so quick, like I was someone who was like, gosh, I didn't have a mentor to mentor me and like tell me exactly what to do. And no one taught me Instagram. I don't know how to run ads. And like, we're so quick to blame everyone else and play the victim card here. But really, if I'm not successful at doing something, it's my own fault. Whether I didn't put in the time, I was watching too much Netflix, I said I was going to do something, but I didn't actually do it. Anyways, that call in general, or that speech in general, was absolutely amazing. She had some like really awesome like truth bombs out there. So I highly recommend going to listen to it. That's really all I have though for all of that. And then I have a graphic. Let me see if I can pull it up on my phone quick to show you. I'll post both of these in the team page so you can see it, but really taking the time, like if you're someone who's struggling to get all of your stuff in, then really getting a little bit better at planning out your day. And like for me, I use the Smart Life Push Journal because it has like the times on here, and I use this every single day, and I take it with me everywhere. It just works super well. Or if you just do it on pen and paper, whatever it is that you do, that's fine too. Okay, so I don't know how well you'll be able to see this off my phone, but I'll do my best to. Okay. Okay, so it just looks like this, and I'll post it in the team page, but it has like the days Monday through Sunday. What are you going to do before your workout? Like for me, in the morning, I wake up at 4 a.m. While I'm drinking my Energize, that's when I listen to personal development, because I like to slowly drink my Energize. And then you have your workout on here, your commute to work or to class. Maybe that's when you listen to personal development, or, whatever it is, or you're like responding in a voice message to somebody. And then work, after work, before bed, like these like broken up in like little parts of your day of like what activities can you be doing during these times of your day. So it's just a little graphic. If some of you are visual people, I like visualizations of like when you can kind of schedule your work and start to kind of think outside the box. Maybe you need to start getting up a little earlier. Maybe you need to force yourself. I mean, I made myself some Energize because I have to stay up a little later tonight. But really treating your business like a business, and really using the power in part-time, and really like taking control of that. So does anyone have any questions about anything that I said, or something unrelated? Anything at all? Awesome. Well, again, that is all I have for you. So, let me take a quick screenshot. Or do it for the gram. Okay. Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much. Have a good rest of your night, and we'll talk to you later. Bye.